So there's a lot of terms that are used for beauty lighting. You'll hear glamour, you'll hear beauty, you might even hear paramount, but that's really more butterfly. We'll get on that in just a moment. But all of them are some version of a clamshell. So what we have going on here with Clarissa is we have a reflector, and you can use a white reflector, you can use a silver reflector, you can use a gold reflector. White reflectors are the most neutral color light. Silver tends to kind of cool things down a little bit, and gold tends to warm things up a little bit. So a lot of people like the warmth. Just don't overdo it, because otherwise you look like a fake tanner. But we'll try the gold and see how it works. White usually is kind of a safer bet if you're not trying to change the way somebody looks. But above, I just changed modifiers to show you different things, but above we have what's called the classic beauty dish, and all this is it's a reflector, and inside the reflector there's a mini reflector to spread the light out. And then this one has a sock on it just because it makes it more natural color, because the inside's all silver, which cools things down. The white of the sock helps to neutralize that a bit. So the beauty dish is going to be hitting Clarissa, but it's also going to be hitting the reflector a little bit. Now we have still our hair light, which is also rimming a little bit, so it's going to get the hair, it's going to get the shoulders, but it's also hitting the reflector. And these two lights together, when they form this sort of clamshell, they both here and they reflect up. And by reflecting light up, you get it under the chin, you get it under the nose, you get into the eye sockets. So a lot of places that are hard to get light into, this is really effective. So with long hair people especially, this can be nice, because earlier we were talking about having to work with the hair and the shadow. This is going to help work that, so we can probably be a little bit more playful with Clarissa's hair with something like this, because it can get up into different parts a little bit more. So that's kind of the big reasons why to do this. So you need some kind of reflector. Somebody can hold it, or in this case I'm using a reflector stand. You need some kind of modifier. We could use soft boxes. I like to use this setup I have in front of you just because you're usually shooting really close to the light, and so if you have a big old light stand right there, it's kind of hard to work around it. So by doing this mini boom on the light stands move to the side, so it gives you more space. Be careful with the mini booms, because if the light's not really secure, it can fall really easy, and it's a little bit difficult to set up. And sometimes the weight of the beauty dish is a lot for the light to handle, so make sure you know what you're doing before you kind of put that together. But it's a new setup, so we're gonna go ahead and meter things. The metering for this is kind of simple, the real basic, because it's all frontal lighting. Before we were using 3/4 lighting, but this is all frontal lighting, so we're pretty much 50-50, we're pretty much even. So you can kind of cheat on this one and just do your average, because you don't have really a main fill, you don't have a left or right. So here we'll just kind of point it towards the front where the camera will be shooting from. Watch your eyes. There we go. So I got F11 straight on, so I'm gonna try and work with that. So a lot of times though, it's kind of, if the body's really tight and linear, it doesn't really take advantage as much. So if the body expands out, if arms are kind of opening up, chest opening up, head's opening up, it's a little bit more. So what I'm going to ask you to do, Clarissa, is do your cheesiest hands on the hip pose, and kind of maybe take your chin up just a little bit. Something like that, where we can really kind of see how things are being illuminated up just a little bit more. We can be a little bit more playful with it in just a moment. And just so that you're not purely symmetrical, why don't you take your right foot forward just a tiny bit and transfer your weight. Yeah, something like that. And now I'm going to ask you to, on that foot, rotate the other way, the more natural way. And now correct your chin back towards me. So this way, the body doesn't have to be symmetrical straight on, but the lighting still is, no matter what you're doing with the body itself. So we'll just do one just to kind of get an idea of 1, 2, 3, blink. Okay, so with Sergi here, this is a great example of a setup that helps to minimize reflections with glasses. So I already did a test shot, we're doing pretty good. The main thing when you're dealing with something with glasses is you want the clamshell to be very much a V. You want it to be open. And by opening it up, what you'll notice is that this light is not actually going to hit him in the face. Like if I draw a line from the center, it's going low, right? And then if you look at this right here from the center up, it's going above him. So the hot spot of both these lights are passing his face. It's where they combine together, and it's sort of like he's being filled in the middle by crossing light, as opposed to any light that's directly on him. That's a good way to deal with the glasses. And some people look fantastic in glasses and you shouldn't shy away from it, but you never want to put a light source really directly on the glasses. And it's all about making sure it's right from the angle of the camera. So when I look at it here, it doesn't look good. But when I get into a spot where my camera angle is shooting through that void in between the clamshell, then it starts to look really good. So it's got to check through the viewfinder here. Make sure everything's good, it's well done. And now we'll get really close. Let's see, can I get you to tilt your head back a little bit there? And I'm going to come up a little bit higher. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3, blink.